Hi, I'm John Twist of University Motors. I've got an exciting program for today, but I do want to remind you that today is May 15th, 2013, and this weekend, Carl Heidemann and I are going to be in Carlisle, PA, at the Carlisle Import Show. We got seminars on Friday and Saturday, and we're looking forward to seeing you if you can possibly make it. You know, Carlisle lies just below Harrisburg. It's the oldest continuous Army post in the United States. I don't know if George Washington camped there. Who knows, you know? Anyway, that's not why I'm going. I'm going because there's lots of MGs, of course. And I'm going to be doing my rolling technical session. So if you can come along, come along. It'll be a lot of fun. Let's take a look at this 1977 MGB that's suffered some extreme corrosion. You can see that we got a lot of corrosion on the water jacket here for the automatic choke. We have a used one that we have yet to clean up and prepare, put in its place. The water pump is also pretty corroded. The reason it's this far apart, that is the reason the cylinder head is off, is because we started to do a tune-up. The customer complained of it blowing some white smoke. So we did a compression check and we pressurized the cooling system to see what was going on. Turns out the number 3 cylinder was low. Isn't that common? And why is number 3 low? It's always because the number 3 exhaust is faulty, except this car. Here it was the piston rings. You'll remember in an earlier video that I told you that anytime you take the cylinder head off, to put the pistons halfway up their stroke and pour in an amount of fluid on the top. Gasoline works best, but you should never use gasoline for stuff like this because it's dangerous, but gasoline works really well. So we put a fluid, unnamed, into the top of each of these cylinders, and Forrest told me this morning, he said it was like watching a toilet flush, putting it on the number 3. It just swirled around and was gone. So we know the rings are bad. In addition, the valves were okay on the cylinder head. Now we've taken the opportunity here on the head to lap the valves back into place and clean them up, so all the valves have been out and they're all clean, they're all lapped, and this is set to go back on. While this was off, we removed the heater control valve. I wonder why. Look at this. Absolutely positively as plugged as you can get. Okay, all this aluminum corrosion. And I just had it here a moment ago, the thermostat housing. This guy was all eaten up too. So we've got a new housing on top of here. What we're going to do now, and what is going to happen after my videographer leaves the building, we're going to take the pistons out. We've already got the rod bearings out. We know those are 10 thousandths undersized. We're going to drop one of the main bearings and see what undersize that is, see what it looks like. And then we're going to hone the cylinders and put in new Hastings cast iron piston rings. And we'll get a lot more mileage out of this engine. As long as the engine doesn't start to knock, you have a rod knock, then you can always put bearings in it to extend its life. And as long as the cylinder wall is not screwed up real badly, then you can always put rings in it. So anyway, that's my discussion for today. You know, the fact that even though the rule is that the number 3 exhaust valve is always bad and the number 3 compression was bad on this one, it wasn't the exhaust valve, it was the rings. Now how weird is that? Remember, we're going to be in Carlisle, Carl Heidemann and myself. Love to see you there, and we're there every year. I expect we'll be there in 2014 also. Just take a cruise around the shop here. We got an MGB I'm tuning up here from Chicago. Kurt's working on this TF, and we're doing some repair to that, putting a nice interior in it. We got it all buffed out. That's going to look real nice. We got a TC here. 2 flat tires on the way in. He thought he'd bring the car down for a seal on the differential. I had 2 flat tires on the way down, Then he went to jack the car up. It slipped on the jack, so it ruined the gas tank, and the gas tank's off. So not a good day for him. Still trying to get the gearbox sorted out on this guy.
What about the other one?
This one's from California, and we just got the rack and pinion sorted out on that. And we're waiting for an okay on doing some body work on this GT. Here we have the late Lyle York's TF up on the hoist with the suspension off it. We're getting the suspension all cleaned up. And back here, come on back. It's lunchtime, so we've got our cluster. Here's my late wife's 1973 Harvest Gold MGB GT with disc wheels and overdrive. Matt's putting it back together, and I looked really hard, and I found the same bumper overrider or badge bar, I guess you call it, that Caroline had on her car so many years ago. So this isn't the original car that she drove for 15 years. It's another one, but it's going to look just the same. So yeah, come on back. This is Matt's got this all fixed up and all cleaned up, and we're just waiting for all the proper bits and pieces to come in, and putting the car back together. It takes as little as a week or two if you have everything all prepped, but everything isn't all prepped, so Matt's having to clean all the little pieces. This one was really tarted up. The former owner had painted it blue. Here's all this, all this extruded aluminum that is supposed to be aluminum color, and it all was blue. I don't know if he's a University of Michigan graduate or what, but a lot of blue and maize here. So anyway, we've got to get all this stuff cleaned up. And of course, the rule is that any old piece cleaned up is better than any new piece. But I don't know. It depends on whether the paint comes off this stuff and if it cleans up okay. So, hey, we look forward to seeing everybody in Carlisle. So till then, safety fast.